Hello. I was going to talk today about sort of what happened immediately after my breast cancer surgery, and I might do another video in a minute for that. But what I thought I'd talk about is because it's happened. I'm having a TMS, tension myositis syndrome, or PDP, perceived danger pain flare, and it's a bad one. And I've talked about this on this channel and some of the earlier videos, that the brain is creating pain. It's perceiving danger. My nervous system is in fight or flight. I'm perceiving some kind of danger, and the brain is creating pain. And I've pretty much fully recovered, but every so often I have a flare. And sometimes we don't need to go digging as to understand why. But I know why. On this occasion, I'm self-employed, and I work on sort of change programs, IT. So I work through agencies, and my current contract comes to an end in 7 weeks. And I find it really stressful finding a new role, because typically I'd load up my CV and onto the job boards, and the phone would start ringing, and things have shifted, things have really changed. And it's now where recruitment agents who would often do the searching, now it's done by AI. So I've lost a few weeks by not realising that, and I've had to go back and redo my CV and tailor it with specific things that the AI programs are going to search for. Anyway, as an aside, so I find that particularly stressful. And also, I think I've been recording all these videos and talking about my TMS journey and perceived danger pain, but also I've been really sort of digging into the cancer journey. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. It's been quite cathartic for me. It's been quite a healing process for me. But I think somehow that's, I don't know, as my brain sort of tuned back into some of those old neural pathways, I don't know. And then there's another element to throw in, because, and I don't know the right terminology for this, I'm sure Dan Buglio did a video on this, I'll have to check. But I spent some time, about 2 weeks ago, I met some friends who I used to work with, and one of them, a chap, has got significant issues with his knees, and I hadn't. So I went to that dinner feeling perfectly fine, and we spent quite a bit of time talking about his knees, and I was feeling quite stressed as well. I was very busy in my current contract, very busy, and it was a big rush for me to get ready, and I had to get a train to where I was going to. It was in another city, it was in Bath. And then I have to worry about sort of, I'm going to the train station and I'm on the platform on my own quite late at night, which I don't like. And also I was thinking I really need to be working. Anyway, put all that aside. So I was just feeling quite a bit stressed, because I was doing a very busy job and job seeking at the same time. Conscious I'm rambling, sorry, I'll slow down. And so I go to this dinner, and I was really looking forward to seeing these two friends. And we talked quite a bit about his knees, and I don't know what the right term is, but sometimes we can sort of adopt other people's ailments, and I think that's what's happened to me, because lo and behold, I've got knee issues. And I mean, I have. They're very painful, one in particular. And the Achilles tendonitis has come back. I say that, and I say it, because I don't actually believe it is Achilles tendonitis, but it's very painful. It's a painful flare, and so it's in the ankle and it's behind the knee. But what's interesting is I can still run, I can walk, I can go to the gym, and I lift quite heavy weights at the gym. I do the Bulgarian split squats. I bloody hate them. Today I did 8 reps, 3 sets, 10 kilograms each hand, so 20 kilograms. And I do barbell hip thrusts and all that sort of stuff. And on Saturday I ran 10k. I wouldn't be able to do any of that if I had Achilles tendonitis or whatever's going on behind the knee. So that's one of my tools that I do. Is Dr. Sarno said if you've read his books, normal activity must be resumed. So for me, the weightlifting, the running, all that is my normal activity. But that's not to say it isn't painful, and it is. This flare is incredibly painful, really painful. I can't actually kneel properly on that side. It really hurts. But I'm using my toolbox of my signs of safety, which for me are normal activity, but I'm very gentle with myself. So I do talk to my brain, and I talk to that part of the body as well. And I will just say things like, we're okay, it's all right. And I will explain, I'm going to run, and I know you might hurt, and that's okay, but I'm going to do it anyway. And you know, on Saturday, about a mile in, the pain went in the ankle. Now, I only did 10k because I was actually feeling quite tired. I hadn't slept very well, because what happened was the knee pain, this is another sign that it is PDP and TMS, the pain woke me up in the middle of the night. All I was doing was lying on my side in the fetal position. So there was no pressure on the ankle or the knee, but the pain woke me up. I never take painkillers. I do keep a few paracetamol in the house just in case. And because I was desperate to go back to sleep, I took 2 paracetamol. But I also have these, which is from Will Powders, and it's L-theanine. So they're really good. And I'll talk another time about sort of supplements that I use to help. But anyway, so I know I'm making a meal of this, aren't I? So I went to the gym today, and that knee is really, really painful. So I talked to him and I said, look, I'm going to exercise, I'm going to the gym, we're safe. But it's not like I'm walking around going, I'm safe, I'm safe. It's not like that at all. It's in a calm, reassuring way. And what I'm doing by doing the exercises, I might be doing it with a little bit more trepidation. I might be, whereas before I would just kneel without even thinking about it. Now I ease myself into it and I say, come on, it's okay. A bit like if you were dealing with a frightened animal or an upset child, or a child that was frightened of something, and you would say, no, it's okay, we're safe. And that's what I do. So I was trying to kneel and I was going, now come on, we know I'm fine, and my knees are perfectly healthy. I'm going to kneel down. It might hurt, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I talked to my knees like that. I got out of bed this morning, and it was stiff, and the ankle was a little bit sore, and I was like, we're good, we're okay. I'm just going to go to the bathroom. But one of the other things I do as well is I call out the I call it out by saying, now come on, right? It's impossible that I could run 10k if I had Achilles tendonitis and problems with my knee. I wouldn't be able to do that. We know that is a fact, and I've just done it, so we know we're okay. And other messages of safety is just relaxation. So I've got some very lovely classical music on downstairs in the home office. Another sign of safety to me is sort of nice fabric. So this is a very soft tactile jumper, and it's things like that, self-massage. So I've actually massaged the knee and the ankles and the legs today, but not because I think I'm broken, but just because it makes me feel nice. I did a meditation in bed this morning, which I do every day anyway, just before I got, but I did a longer one because I was like, oh, just Monday, it's cold, it's all grey, a bit like myself. And I've been out for a lovely walk tonight, and I tried to get out before it went dark, and tried to go to the sort of really nice green spaces, and I went to my favourite tree and leaned against it and touched it, because I find being around trees very soothing and relaxing. And I think I've talked before, I call things out. Like if I'm feeling anxious or something, I will just notice things and go, oh, look at that beautiful leaf, or I can hear, or the wind on my face, or oh, I can feel the rain on my skin. Things that sort of bring me into the present moment. Other signs of safety for me is slowing my breathing down, laughter. And that's another thing I've been doing with the knee. I actually said to my brain, I laughed and said, this is ridiculous. I've not injured myself. I know I ran a half marathon in May, which is not that long ago. This is ridiculous that all of a sudden you think we've got a problem. Ridiculous. And I laugh. Now, I don't know how long this flare is going to be around for. I really don't. But I'm not worried. And there's another one of my techniques. I don't set the clock. I don't start stressing. I'm really unbothered by this. It's uncomfortable, it's painful, it's unpleasant, it's impacting me, it's annoying me. I don't want to curse on this video, but that's as far as it goes. I mean, I'd have to be a machine for it not to bother me. But I'm not going, oh my God, it's got to be gone by Saturday, and I'm still doing all of my normal activity because I know that will go. I know it will. I know in here, I know what it is, and I know it will pass. So when I say I've recovered from TMS, in the main I have, but every so often a flare will come up. And I on this one I just inherited somebody else's ailment. But I also know it will pass, and I've got all my tools, and I know straight away what it is, what to do. I name it for what it is. I resume normal activity as much as I possibly can. I give myself messages of safety, and I actually talk to it, and I talk to my brain, and I have a conversation with myself of, like I was reasoning with an adult, I know what this is, and I'm not buying it. And that's it really. That's just thought it was important to just articulate that these things happen. And it's not a backward step. It's not a where we've gone back to square one. It's life. It's life, and that's how we deal. But I have my toolbox now. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about today.